So Tomb Raider, the Trilogy, is a short film that was made for the release of Tomb Raider 3, and apparently it was played at some museum in London for like the launch of the game. And it's definitely something very unique that you have to experience. It starts out and it's kind of like these detectives. It's supposed to be kind of like a noir kind of situation where these detectives are trying to figure out what happened to this crazy dude they found. And it starts out with some weird shots of like his feet and stuff moving around, and it's kind of weird, but it only gets weirder from there. So they start talking about how they found this dude with like climbing. What do they say he's climbing around on, like a building or something?
I don't even remember.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
They found him with like a bunch of weird stuff on him.
Yeah, it's like a fish, like a little like jade dragon statue, and like an old key that looks like it would open something out, like a Catholic church or something. It's weird. I have no idea what those have to do with Tomb Raider.
2 handguns.
Yeah, and then he has 2 handguns, which actually does have to do with Tomb Raider. Apparently this dude is like missing his thumbprints because he's played so much Tomb Raider that like his thumbs have just worn away, which 90% sure that's not a real thing. And there's like a scene where it shows him like whittling his thumbs, but he's just using his thumbs, like. I haven't played enough Tomb Raider to say, but I feel like you'd have to use these fingers right here for the bumpers and stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty sure the guy in this has never played Tomb Raider. He just starts going on this really weird like tantrum about his girlfriend and how he has to go save her, and the whole time he keeps flashing back to 1998. I'm assuming it's all from Tomb Raider 3, but like the graphics and stuff. And it's funny because one of the big things that he talks about is she can crawl now. And he starts crawling underneath the table.
Yeah. And there's another line where it's like,
this girl was like no other woman on earth.
Flashes to gameplay footage of her like shooting at a brontosaurus.
Yeah, she's shooting at this dinosaur. Yep, definitely no other girl like that.
Yeah.
So he goes on this tantrum, and he won't shut up about the game. And he's hopping around, and one of the old British dudes grabs him. He's like, "What are you doing?" And the psychiatrist is like, "No, listen. He's saying some pretty profound stuff." So eventually they just leave, and the lady's like, "I think I figured it out. He's crazy." Or, and then she just kind of walks out, and there's like this weird like flashing thing across the screen saying like, "Do we live in Laura Croft's world, or does Laura Croft live in our world?" Which makes no sense at all.
No, I think it was I don't even remember. Does Laura Croft live in our world, or do we live in hers or something? I don't know.
Yeah, I think the idea behind it was that when this game came out, the graphics were so revolutionizing that you couldn't tell the difference between the game and reality, which for today's standards is very funny, actually.
Yeah.
And that's basically what you can say about this video, is that it's just very funny. It's very 90s-ish. I mean, I'm sure it was weird as when it was made in the 90s, but today it's just totally crazy. And apparently it was only played once at that launch convention and had been like lost for years. And then one of the creators found like the VHS tape somewhere and was like, "Oh, sweet, I'll put this on the internet."
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things that also kind of takes itself way too seriously.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
It's funny in that way too.
Mm-hmm. So, let's hope the new Tomb Raider is better than this.
Like what?
I don't know what.